News. Matthew loves his footy. It's in his blood, but he's been banned for 20 years. He can't play, he can't coach, he can't even watch his kids compete, all because he made contact with a referee during a match. But Matt and his supporters claim video of the incident proves the punishment is over the top. You be the judge.
I need a million years what I would have thought of this. Just heartbreaking.
Blink and you'll miss it.
Now he's been sent as well. He's been sent off as well.
A split-second moment with an on-field referee that landed Matthew Neen on the sidelines, slapped with a 20-year ban.
People need to understand that there's consequences for poor behaviour.
Tamworth 2016, the grand final of the Group 4 New South Wales Rugby League between the West Tamworth Lions and North Tamworth. And tensions are high.
Drama here at the Group 4 Rugby League grand final.
The game becomes violent and spirals out of control. 7 players are sent off, including Matt's brother Sean, for headbutting a player and a ref.
I think we might have just seen a headbutt there, boys.
But it was this.
Not sure, but he's been sent.
That got Matt sent off, accused of shoulder charging the referee and bringing the game into disrepute, slapped with an initial 18-week suspension.
I said, I'm not pleading guilty for something I didn't do. I know I didn't do it. I said, no, I'm not taking 18 weeks. I want to fight it.
The NRL's Country Tribunal reviewed his case, and instead of the charge being downgraded or thrown out, the ban was increased from 18 weeks to 20 years.
I was devastated, but in shock as well. I thought they was joking around with me.
Is there any reason why these people have come after you, or why they're being so hard on you?
I don't know why they had it in for me. On a footy field, mate, I love a bit of banter. I am a bit cheeky on the footy field. People give it back to me, and I know it's just the love of the game. That's what you do. And after the whistle is blown, what happens on the field stays on the field.
Matt claims the tribunal refused to review the footage, and he was denied an appeal.
One of my teammates, he brought in his laptop for all his evidence. They said, no, you can't use that. It's not yours.
The ban has meant Matt can't play or even spectate for the last 9 years. It's had a devastating impact on his mental health and his family.
Depression. I was in a tough spot, mate. Football is everything to me.
When they took the game from Matthew, it's like the oxygen was taken for him. He had no quality of life.
Matt's wife Tegan has watched her husband and her children struggle for the past decade.
Our kids suffered greatly. They don't get to grow up and watch their father be such a magician and so skillful, and just be around that and witness that.
My kids are scoring tries and they looking over in their car park. Over at me, that breaks my heart. All I want to do is just be a parent like everyone else and watch their babies play.
Essentially, the authorities seem to believe that their penalty was appropriate, and we believe that Matthew has served his penalty many times over.
Sports lawyer Paul Horvath has been working with Matthew to try and lift the ban.
When you first saw that collision, what did you think?
Absolutely gobsmacked. In my over 20 years, 30 years as a lawyer, that is the most excessive penalty imposed on anyone under any sporting disciplinary process. It is totally disproportionate to the conduct engaged in, and in my view, it's unlawful.
In 2017, New South Wales NRL player Mark Meafua was handed 10 years for this, a deliberate and sickening attack on an umpire, only half of what Matt Neen is serving. While both these incidents involving other NRL players were met with a 1-match suspension. In the AFL, Toby Green was handed a 6-week suspension in 2021 for this intentional contact with an umpire.
Referees in any sport are not out there to be the punching bags of people that want to level abuse at them.
Former NRL referee Steve Clark says contact with refs is unacceptable, especially for repeat offenders.
Physically touching a referee, physically pushing, whatever it happens to be, that is just not acceptable, and the penalties which that sort of action draws should be extremely high to deter other people doing it.
Matthew Neen doesn't shy away from the fact that he certainly has a checkered past. In his own words, he had a troubled upbringing, and in 2014 he was jailed for a serious assault at a local pub. At the time of the incident that sparked this ban, he also had 3 prior suspensions, including one for a similar offence. But he says 9 years away from the game he loves is punishment enough.
I had to go to footy training to get away. That was my safe home. Football training was my safe place growing up as a kid. I've seen a lot as a kid. I wish no kid would have to see.
Matthew now works for the Tamworth Aboriginal Land Council and helps divert young Indigenous people away from the justice system. In a small legal win, he can now spectate and watch his kids, but the father of 3 is still banned from playing.
My plea is I just want to play football and just
be done with it.
Just move on with it. It's just beyond a joke.
In a statement, the New South Wales Rugby League told ACurrentAffair,
Rugby League has a zero tolerance policy regarding abuse of match officials, as does every sport. Matthew Neen and his advisors have engaged extensively with NSWRL over a number of years regarding this matter, and they are well aware of the pathway that could be followed should Mr. Neen wish to return to the playing field.
There is some time for Matthew to go back and play. Let's get his ban overturned before it's too late.
Matthew's got a criminal conviction. He went to prison for assault and he's got form on the field. What do you say to people who think that he actually shouldn't play?
Certainly Matthew, as you say, is no angel and has a criminal history, but nothing for at least 11 years. He is currently viewed as an excellent community contributor. He is diverting youth in the community on positive paths in his job with the local Aboriginal Land Council. You'd like to think that Australia, of all countries, is a place where you deserve a second chance. I would argue are entitled to a second chance.
For Matt and his family, they won't stop until he's back on the field.
I don't think people realise how it affects somebody when you're so good at something and then it's taken away and you've got no fight to give because you just keep getting let down and shut down. It's really hard to get up the next day and think, let's fight again.
I just want to play the game I love. I've got 2 sons, they're good players, and I just want to share that field and that moment with them.